Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Between Carlines. We are your hosts, Christy, Christina, and Jenna, and we are three moms trying to do life in the short daylight hours between car lines. On today's episode, we discuss car shopping, Disney tips, play date etiquette, and Mother's Day plans. So buckle up and enjoy the ride. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Between Car Lines. So, Christina, why don't you explain to everyone why you're having us meet on a Saturday night?
Saturday night.
Or are we going to get to that in a little bit?
I think we'll get to it in a little bit, but I think we should put it in reverse first. Keep you in suspense for a few more minutes on that. Okay, so put it in reverse. Last time we talked about the tiny house that Jenna is building in her backyard.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you had no information on it other than that it was like a room and a kitchen. So then you sent me the information that you miraculously had after the pod.
Oh, I had to look it up.
Okay, so it's 16 by 24 feet, which in my rough math translates to 384 square feet. So that's like a pretty decent sized tiny house. Yeah. So I looked that up for you. The other thing is we had a slight debate about Blake Lively and whether she does or doesn't drink alcohol because she has her line of mixers. I'm here to say that Blake Lively does not drink alcohol. She doesn't like the effect, says that it can feel alienating at times not drinking alcohol because she likes to be social. So I think that like kind of brought her into her love of making cocktails for friends as a way to have her be involved but not drinking.
So basically what you're saying is that me and Blake Lively should be best friends since I don't drink.
Yes.
And I don't know anybody else who doesn't drink.
Yes. Yeah.
So let's like manifest me becoming best friends with Blake Lively, and then I can invite her to all of the events I go to, and me and her can hang out. And she can teach me how to make cocktails for you guys.
Oh,
win-win. That doesn't seem fun to me, though. Do you think that would be fun to be the person who makes all the cocktails that everybody else drinks? I thought it was interesting
that she would think
that's
into that.
Yeah.
I did make a virgin sangria this week for our movie night.
Yep.
I still have all of it in my fridge, and even the kids hate it. So it's going to go all down the drain. It was like 3 cups of grape juice I had to put in, which you guys were saying, oh, it's supposed to taste like wine. And I'm like, well, I don't really know what that tastes like. So.
Did you try it, Jenna?
No, probably not. It has a lot of sugar, fruit sugar.
I didn't try it either because I don't like sangria.
So when I said to you, I think I'm going to make a sangria because it's from the book, you didn't say like, oh, I don't like sangria.
No, because I wasn't the only one coming, so I wouldn't want you to plan things around me.
Yeah, but I made this like whole huge jug of it. And
in the back of my brain, I was like, I probably won't drink that. But I did actually intend to like try a little bit, but that just never happened because I had my water.
We'll come over tomorrow. I have a jug for you.
It's this last day of freshness.
It wasn't bad. It's just very grapey. Like if you like grape juice or wine, I'm assuming you'd like it. But
and honestly, I was coming off of not feeling well for that movie night, and so I think I really rallied to even attend,
participate.
Yeah, it was not. It had been a rough week for me.
Host it. So we want to talk about the movie night because that's kind of
I think we should talk about the movie night.
Yeah. A year ago, February, we read this book called The Idea of You, and the movie finally came out. I was very excited because it's one of my
I don't think you're giving it
books.
the proper introduction. Christy.
Yeah. Your love isn't coming
Christy
through.
Was completely obsessed with this book, The Idea of You, and made everybody in our group read it.
I'm trying to play it cool.
Why?
I'm
going to keep it real for you. I'm going to keep it real.
Okay, I was totally obsessed with this book. I made everybody I know read it, and we read it for book club. And
the book was good. I'll give it to you. It was a great book.
So good.
Great book.
It was a good book. But I was obsessed to the point I joined a Facebook group with the author.
The author commented on something you commented because you were over the moon about it when that happened.
Yeah. So my friend Lauren, not the Lauren you guys know, but another Lauren was the one that introduced me to the book. So when I finished it, and I don't want to say too much because if people want to go read it, I don't want to spoil anything.
Don't say too much.
There was a lot to unpack when I finished it. So we were going back and forth, and she added me to this group and then welcomed me in a post. And then the author underneath said, "Welcome, Christy."
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
I'm sure that made your week.
It did. And then so I was so excited for this movie to come out. I was kind of going back and forth between planning a premiere party. And then I think it was like the week before something, our other friend Courtney had gotten tickets to a showing, like a pre-premiere thing, and invited me. But then we looked up where it was, and it was too far. It was like way across town during rush hour. So I said, why don't we just like watch it at my house? And then Christina didn't have childcare. So I said, well, let's watch it at your house. That way we can all come over and everyone can see it together. And so I planned theme snacks to go.
Lots of
drink.
Snacks. Yes. We'll definitely have to pop up a picture of that for the people who view this, because it was legit.
It was fun. It was fun to do. But yeah, that was our movie night. And I think everyone enjoyed the movie enough for like a rom-com. Yeah. Doesn't come close to the book, but it's very different from the book. You have to treat it as like a different entity. It's the same story and characters, but they kind of went in it was a different vibe, as the Gen Zers would say.
Yes, for sure. Okay, so not to like throw it too out of whack, but I told you guys I wanted you to check out your junk in the trunk early on this episode. So now is the time for your junk in the trunk.
Is it candy salad?
Junk in the trunk. Junk in the trunk.
I think it's candy salad.
Do you have yours?
Yeah. Oh, she's already opening hers.
It is candy salad.
It's candy salad.
And bowls. Do you want your bowls back?
I want my bowls back. Yeah, we use these all the time.
They're for the listening only audience. They're just tiny gray bowls and a Ziploc full of candy salad. Because if any of you watch TikTok, you know this is a thing right now. So we decided to try it for our movie night.
And I think
do you want to explain it? Because I think
last week we talked about that we were going to have candy salad for the movie night, and so I thought it would be funny to secretly steal out some of the candy salad and then bring it back for this one as a throwback. But basically, everybody brought one or two of their favorite candies, and then we put it into a gigantic salad bowl, mixed it up, and then just took scoops of the mixed up candy to eat with it. And so I brought Swedish Fish and Starburst Minis, which I'm sorry, but Starburst Minis are delicious, and I felt like you guys weren't giving them the respect they deserved.
I didn't like them.
But why?
I was very
excited about Starburst.
Yeah,
I think it's the texture of it. It tastes like, it's almost like a chiclet texture to me.
Is that what you're about to eat right now?
Yeah, a little
Starburst
one.
Mini? Yeah. They left the leftovers at my house, and I've eaten almost every Starburst Mini out of that candy salad since you guys left.
I'm going to put our friend Sally on blast, though. Because she didn't understand the assignment. Sally, if you're listening to Sally, this, you know I love you. I think everyone's just supposed to bring fruity, like gummy type candies. And Sally showed up with marshmallows and chocolate covered almonds. But I will have to say, I love some chocolate covered almonds. So I was glad she brought those because it mixed it up from the sour stuff.
Yeah. I feel like Sally understood but didn't care. That's what I think. I think she was like, you know what? I like fruity marshmallows and I'm bringing them. And I like chocolate covered almonds and I'm bringing them. That was my take on it. I don't think she didn't necessarily understand. I think she's a rebel and she didn't care.
That's true. Exactly. Sally is a rebel.
Yeah,
she really is.
Anyhow, I thought it would be fun for you guys to munch on this during the pod.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Do you think people are going to be able to hear our chewing though?
I don't know. Yes. I wondered that when I ate my Swedish Fish.
I'm allowed to. I like the watermelon, the Sour Patch watermelon.
Those are.
What did you bring?
Those are so good,
Jenna.
Sour Patch watermelon.
But did you bring another thing, or
Nope,
you just brought
that?
Yeah. Oh, that's all you brought.
Well, I was gonna bring something else, but that's what I went with.
To put it in reverse, I brought trolley worms. Trolley guys.
Wait,
and our friend Courtney, who came to movie night, made fun of me hardcore for thinking it was ever trolley.
Yeah,
I think Courtney brought those.
I think Courtney brought those.
Courtney brought these.
Yeah.
What are
they're
these?
The airhead.
Rainbow airhead things.
Yeah,
these
I
are
don't
not
know,
that
but
good.
they're
not that okay.
No, I love those. Courtney brought the best stuff.
Well,
she brought those,
what,
and then
Christy,
the Nerds clusters.
Once I eat all of the Starburst out of the candy salad, I'm going to bring you the remnants, and it's going to be all of Sally's marshmallows and all of these airheads, because that's the things we're not eating. Like, could you see my bowl? My bowl has like a million
option
airheads in it.
I think the Swedish fish were weak, Christina.
No, I don't think we can be friends if you don't like Swedish fish.
Oh, Jenna, you like Swedish fish too?
I'm not discriminating against any of it. I'm all in.
Okay, well that was all I had for Put It in Reverse, but I wanted to make sure that you guys opened it so that we could listen to you munch candy the entirety of the pod.
People are gonna love that.
What is that like? Where they don't like the sound of people chewing, like something
mesophonia. Misophonia. Write it down and fact check this.
Okay, got it.
I have a Put It in Reverse.
Oh,
we're gonna test the.
That stain. That's a huge stain.
It is. So we're gonna test out our Miss Mouse Messy Eater stain remover.
What is that? Sangria on there?
Yeah. Yep. Frankie's been chugging it.
Jenna, is that an authentic stain, or did you create it for Put It in Reverse?
I created it because the berries were like on their last leg, and I didn't.
You really went for it. I created it. I would have made a little stain, but I mean that's softball sized. It's berries?
Yes, we have strawberries, blueberries, blackberries.
Oh wow,
berries.
All
we have
the berries.
Salad. So you just spray it on. And it, magic.
It's disappearing for people who can't see, it is disappearing before your eyes.
Magically.
That stuff is crazy.
I don't know what's in it.
Every berry.
But look at it. And then you just throw it in. And it's awesome.
That is really magical. Like people talk about stain removers, but that stuff is next level.
No. And it's by the Hate Stains Company.
Well, I think
I like that.
If we write them and say, hey, can you give our podcast listeners a discount code because we showed your product, and then they'll say, oh, how many subscribers do you have?
Like, so sorry, thank you.
We'll say 18. We have 18 subscribers.
But that's 18 new customers for you, sir.
Yes.
Or ma'am.
Please take us.
Oh, that's funny.
So Jenna and I went to Disney on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
How'd that go?
It was fun.
It was good.
The only part of it I have to mention is we went on the teacup ride. And Jenna and I brought our 2-year-olds. They're 2.5. So we go on the teacup ride. And, the thing, it just spins on its own. The whole thing goes around and around, which is enough for a 2.5-year-old.
The teacup doesn't spin.
Not the teacup, but the
it spins
cups
around
all go around
the area.
Which is perfectly, good enough for a 2.5-year-old. Not for Jenna. Jenna went full psychopath to the point where I had to close my eyes. She was spinning it as fast as and she's got good, her arm muscles are no joke. She was spinning that thing. I'm shocked nobody puked.
As soon as Summer said, I don't like it, then I stopped. I listened to Summer. I didn't stop for Christy.
Didn't even know you could spin the middle for a long time because I just pretended like the teacup moving around was the ride. I didn't teach her that.
Disney a lot with each other, and we've been on that ride before. And Jenna's never done that, so I don't know what got into her.
I was in a good mood,
but I was not there for it. I
tell you, we went to Disney a ton growing up as kids. Like, we had the passes. My dad would spin that thing like our hair was flying. We would just go and go. Like, he did not play. So I just wanted everybody to experience that. You're welcome.
Yeah, when Summer gets older, she'll be like, remember we went to Disney with that crazy lady that would spin?
And so I said, hold on while I put it in reverse, because isn't it like a thing? If you're spinning and you stop and you go the other way, it like undizzies you. Is that something that's just was told to me? I don't know.
No, that sounds fake.
I don't know, but news. She thought that logic worked, so she started spinning it the opposite direction.
Slowly on the second time.
I don't think so. I don't know about that.
I'm gonna Google that for you.
I don't know, but I'm interested in my future because I feel like after every ride yesterday, Summer was like, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
She's turning.
Whereas before she liked everything.
Yeah.
But like Pirates of the Caribbean scared her.
Oh, this time that around. Didn't go well.
It was the drop and then her getting wet from the cannons. Like, she got splashed pretty bad. Well, in the line to go on the ride, there was just like a puddle in the queue. And Frankie jumped in it and it splashed all of us. So Summer was already freaking out about that.
Yeah.
And then she got more wet on the ride. We'll see. Maybe she'll forget and edit bamboozled. Oh, we should tell people about Bamboozled. I have that on my list.
Oh, yeah.
So, Christina, will somebody else tell it? I feel like I'm talking a lot and I'm eating my candy.
Okay, so I think it was the last recording, we were needing to be able to find a spot when I was editing. And so Christy, for some reason, just started saying bamboozle so I could search for bamboozle and then throwing up, bamboozle, bamboozle. So now it's become a thing. We just randomly shout bamboozle and throw up our X arms.
Yeah. But what did you say afterwards?
It worked, actually. So I did ask her to keep doing it because it makes it really easy because I'm editing and all I see is Christy with her X over her.
Well, people that don't do podcasts don't realize when you're editing, you could just type in a word and it'll bring you to that spot in the podcast. So I just needed to think of something, like some weird word that we would never say. So when she type it in, it would just go right to that spot.
Except now we say bamboozle all the time because of it. So it kind of... We'll have to think of a new weird word every time. Yes. So I just got back from the boys' black belt test.
How'd it go?
It was good. I wasn't even going to go to it. You guys know I wasn't going to go to it because it was kind of late at night and my 4-year-old was like going to be sleeping. And then the masters kind of made me feel guilty because they asked me if I was coming and I said no. And the look on his face was like, So I was like, oh, okay, maybe we'll go. So I packed her a dinner in her bent-go box and it was good. The boys are both second-degree black belts now, which is kind of cool.
Awesome.
At the ripe old age of 8 and 9. So they were excited. And then they went out to dinner after with Steven and I brought her home and she's snoozing now, but
nice.
It was nice. It was fun.
Where'd they go to dinner?
They went to the Landing.
I haven't been there before.
The boys picked it, and then he got there and he texted me. He's like, I think I know why they picked it because it has a duck claw machine. So it moves around and it grabs ducks, and they're obsessed with rubber ducks. So I think they pulled one over on him, and I'm sure they're going to come home with some ducks from the claw machine.
You guys will have to do ducks on your cruise this summer.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to do that. Ducks. They'll love that.
That's real fun.
Yeah. And another thing, I feel like today was an action-packed day because we had Christy and I had soccer games. The boys play on the same team, so we had soccer this morning, and it was like the championship games. And then my 9-year-old we were at hockey this week, and I got a phone call, and they asked to talk to him. And I saw on the caller ID, so I knew where it was coming from. I'm like, oh yeah, hang on a second. I give him the phone, and it's Culver's calling, and he had won their monthly coloring contest. We entered it on a whim. They just had like coloring sheets out one day when we went, and they're like, oh, we want to color it. So they enter it, and you like write your phone number on the back. Well, he won, and so he got to pick a plushie, and so we went there after soccer and got that plushie, and then so that was kind of cool. So I encourage everyone now to enter that contest because it was like a fun activity to do while they were waiting for food. But then like he actually won, and he thinks it's like the greatest thing ever that he won.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's cool.
Fun. Yeah. So shout out to Culver's.
I always forget that they're there. Like I never think to go there.
If we're getting lunch after soccer, we almost always go there.
And you can get cheese curds, and they're so good.
They're so good. They have two kinds of cheese in them, too. Half of them are yellow and half are white, and you don't know what you're going to get until you eat it.
I didn't know that. I think because I just popped the whole thing in my mouth and go for it.
That was what happened to me. And then the boys were like, oh, Mommy, was it yellow or white? And I was like, what are you talking about? And then I started biting them all in half. Yeah.
They do like I think it's seasonal, but it's like a mint shake there. It's so good.
Their flavor of the day today, though, was bomb. It was like a chocolate Oreo M&M explosion with like chocolate syrup on it. It was a whole lot of chocolate going on, but it was so good.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
I finished my whole bowl of candy.
Oh, I should have given you more.
No. I already had leftover macaroons from movie night.
Oh, I was talking about those macaroons today. I was like, Steven, they were so good. And they were from Target. Like, we could get those. That's so easy to get them.
Yeah, they're in the frozen section.
Oh, that's good.
They're frozen. Yeah, because I saw them online and then I went into their cookies section and they weren't there. And I was like, oh, I'm going to have to go to another Target.
Yeah.
But then I saw in the description, it said frozen. So you have to go over in that aisle. But
I like that they were little. Like they were like so much. Like I don't like a big macaroon because they're too sweet sometimes, but they were little and like bite size.
Yeah. Those flavors were good too. Okay, so now for the reason that I brought you all here on a Saturday night.
Yeah. So let me tell everyone.
Okay.
We normally record, well, I guess we don't have an official day we record. We release these. We release these on Tuesday mornings, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
So whenever we can during the week, we record. We were planning on recording Tuesday.
Yes.
You just scheduled for Tuesday.
Friday night, Christina said, we need to have an emergency podcast. Can you guys do Saturday night? So I'm excited because I feel like it's got to be something good.
And nobody had plans. So what a better way to spend a Saturday night than with me, ladies.
But you said you needed advice on something. So now I'm very curious.
And it was in a time crunch because Tuesday would have been too late.
Yeah, you said it's for something tomorrow.
Yes. Okay, so this is what I need advice for. So it's time for me to get a new car.
Ooh.
And I've been mulling it over, I'm not kidding you, for like 3 months, okay? And I'm having a dilemma that I just can't solve. And then I was like, Jenna and Chrissy are actually the perfect people to help me hash this out. Okay, so you guys know I've been driving a minivan since like the last 8 years. Steven convinced me like to switch from a Civic to a minivan. You have kids, obviously. It's easier with sliding doors and you have all this storage room for them to put all their junk in and stuff. Okay, so I kind of feel like my youngest now is going into kindergarten next year. So I feel like she's still a little bit too little to do doors herself. But in like 2 years, I feel like I won't want a minivan anymore. I'll want like an SUV. So I'm stuck in this like minivan SUV limbo where I don't know if I should just get an SUV now or if I should get another minivan. But the thing is, in like 2 years, I'm not going to want to sell the minivan and get a car. You know what I mean? Because that's still like
so whatever you're picking now, you're going to have
it's for longevity.
Yeah.
So my dilemma is, do I just cut the minivan cord and go with an SUV?
Yes.
Or do I get a minivan and I just stick with it longer and have a minivan longer? And because Jenna has a minivan and Christy has an SUV, I was like, I need to get them to weigh in on this. Because Christy, you have a 2-year-old with an SUV.
So let me tell you, because I think you're going to be fine with an SUV, because this is what happens in the morning. I say, okay, guys, get in the car. Let me just grab a few things. I'll meet you out there. Steven will open the door for Summer, and Summer can climb up. Summer can climb up into her seat and out all by herself. Doesn't need any help. She can't reach the door to pull it. Livy, I think, could, because I think she's old enough.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to be an issue at all for you. No.
I don't think opening the door is going to be the problem. I think hitting things with the door is the problem. You know what I mean?
If we park in a parking lot, I go over and I open it for her.
Yeah, right. And I don't let my kids get out of the car without me anyways, like in a parking lot. So that's why I'm like, well, I'm making like a problem for myself because they don't get out without me anyways.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
And in Carline, the cars are far enough apart.
Yeah, Carline wouldn't be a problem at all.
Yeah. Jenna, what were you going to say?
I had an SUV and went to a minivan because it made sense we do a lot of car trips, and it made, because my mom is here, it made sense for us. I would go back to an SUV tomorrow. I'm just over it. And I don't know, I can't pinpoint exactly why, but I really want the Yukon Denali, but that's like a mortgage payment. And it's like
it's huge.
It is.
Yeah.
And
like
so
I'm
was like, no.
in it for like a mid-sized SUV. I don't want like a huge thing, but I still want 3 rows because I don't want it to be only my family that can fit in it, you know?
So are you going car shopping tomorrow?
Correct. So I think I'm going to send Steven car shopping tomorrow because it's also Uncle Tony's birthday tomorrow. Well, it's not his birthday. It's not his birthday tomorrow. His birthday's on Tuesday, but we're having him over tomorrow for a taco bar, and he doesn't know, but it's like as a guys to celebrate his birthday. So we're celebrating his birthday tomorrow.
Oh.
We love Uncle Tony. He's our manager.
Yes. He doesn't.
So I think Steven's going to go to car shopping early in the morning and to get back in time for the birthday celebration, and I'm going to like prep for the birthday.
So is he just going to like test drive some and then tell you which ones are the best and then you'll go test drive, or is he going to full on buy you a car without you test driving it?
I think he'll just full on buy it. We've been like looking at them already, so like we know like the specs and things for them.
Right, but you don't want to get in and feel it, and
I don't really enjoy that part of the process, if we're being honest.
I hate that part.
I don't. I find it awkward and uncomfortable.
I just feel like you're so particular about things. Like you would need to get in a car and then be like, oh yeah, I don't like that. Like in Jenna's van, I don't know what this is called because I'm not a car person, but where you do park, reverse, whatever, that thing.
It's like a dial.
Hers is a little knob.
Oh yeah. But see, like all of those kinds of things, I already know what I like, and I've looked all that up online. Yeah. I know which ones I don't like the seating options on, and I know which ones I don't like the center console layouts on, and you know what I mean? And so so I've kind of done that part.
And so you looked up, like all 3 car seats will fit, or boosters, whatever your kids are in.
Yeah, the boys are just in boosters now.
Do you know what he's going to look at?
Yeah. Well, I think the Lexus is probably the top choice. I was like, let's look at the Pilot. Like, we can stay with Honda. Let's look at the Pilot. And but then I looked at the Pilot and I'm like, Guys, you might not be familiar with Rady's Rides. He's like YouTube. He does like car reviews. He lives in St. Pete or Clearwater or something, but he has like 1 million followers. He just had a huge 1 million follower party maybe a year ago. Uncle Tony went to it. So Uncle Tony and Steven are huge Rady fans.
They're big car. Well, yeah, they like car stuff.
And they like cars. Yeah, so I was like, well, pull up the Rady's Rides for like the Pilot and the this. And we ended up going down a Rady rabbit hole where we watched like so many mid-size SUVs. Anyway, so I think he's going tomorrow morning to look.
You don't want a Tesla?
No, I don't.
I hate
You don't
getting
want a
gas.
Tesla truck?
I'm like, my next car is going to be an electric car. I hate going to the gas station.
But then you have to charge it. I don't want to be like installing chargers in my garage and all of that.
Or forget it
Yeah,
the
but I
night
heard it's
before and
not
not
like
go
a
anywhere.
hard thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, Jenna couldn't do it because they travel a lot in their car.
Yeah, that'd be a real long road trip.
Well, I guess you guys have road tripped in your cars too.
We travel.
We don't road.
Ours
we
is
don't
the
road
only
trip
car
at
we can
all.
all fit in. So every time we go anywhere as a family, we're in my car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my only thing. So we had the Telluride. When you put the third row up, you couldn't even fit the stroller. Like we have the baby. So that was one of the main issues. So that's my only cautionary tale of it.
Yeah.
But if she has all three in that middle row, she can have the whole back. Like when would you ever use that third row? Unless you have like Uncle Tony in the car?
Yeah. I mean, it's like rare, to have another person, but I want the option to have another person.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we were looking at the trunk space, and the trunks do seem a lot smaller. Obviously, like I have a huge trunk right now and it goes deep and I can fit everything. But then I'm like, well, can I fit the soccer bag, the sparring gear, the hockey sticks? Like that's what we carry. You know what I mean? And like we can fit all of that. So it's like, well, we don't do strollers anymore. We're past that phase of life. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
So yeah.
The hockey sticks you could put down on the floor by their feet too if you had to.
Yeah, sometimes we do that, but it just depends on the day and what we're doing with it. But yeah, I mean, it can all, everything we use can fit in the trunk.
Yeah.
Well, what color is it going to be?
Red?
Is it going to be red?
No, I don't like red cars. It was just
That's our logo. You made our logo with your red minivan, and you're not even going to have it anymore.
I'm not going to have it. I drive a red car right now. But the only reason I drive that is because minivans were like impossible to find when I got this van, and red was the only option that was available. So that's why.
Well, I'll tell you, I have silver.
I think red is the quintessential mom van, so I think our logo still works, even if I change colors.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like I have a silver minivan, and so does every other person in America. So I like walk into a parking lot, I'm like, which one's mine? I put a sticker on mine because it's like they all look alike.
Just get a nice loofah to put on your antenna, Jenna.
Yeah. Blue and
what
pink
color?
together.
If you had to pick a color loofah, which color would you pick?
I'm gonna have to look at the meanings again because I don't know them.
I would need that chart.
Oh no, thank you.
Oh man.
If there's people that don't understand our loofah joke, it's basically there's a town in Florida called the Villages and it's a retirement community, and they put different colored loofahs on their cars to signal what type of relationship they're into. It's right? I don't know. I'm trying to explain it the best I can.
Yeah.
So if you're like open to multiple people, it's one color. We can pop that up there.
I'll find the chart and pop it on.
Find the chart and pop it up. But for so long, we've joked about pranking friends and just buying some loofahs and throwing them on their cars. We haven't done that yet, but we should. Well, now we can't. We just outed ourselves.
Yeah. Okay, so just the final takeaway of this is that I should get an SUV. I won't regret 100%. The SUV.
No, no, you won't regret it.
All right.
Your kids are old enough.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Thanks for the chat.
I'm glad we could help.
Yes, so helpful we are.
No, really, I've been considering this for like 3 months. That's no lie.
You didn't tell us about it until just the night before.
Suffering.
Okay, you guys want to play a game?
Yes, I do want to play a game.
Okay, so I have a game.
Is it a game that I can be successful in?
I think so.
Okay, then yes, I want to play.
Okay, we're gonna try it. We'll try one, and if it's just a disaster, we'll do a different game. But I found this one, and we'll see. It's called Clap the Song.
Oh.
So I'm going to clap a song and you have to guess. Guess what song it is, okay?
So these are going to be real, like we're going to know the songs.
I tried to pick easy things because I practiced this morning on my kids and my father-in-law. It did not go well, but I think it'll go better for you guys.
All right, let's do it.
Actually, Grandpa did get one of them, so I think
good job, Grandpa.
Okay.
All right, ready? Here's the first one.
Happy birthday.
Yes! Good job. All right, here's the second one.
Oh, that's Jingle Bells.
Good job.
I thought you were gonna have like Taylor Swift clapping. Like,
well,
I didn't know it was gonna be.
It's like
I had started with those songs and it was kind of hard. So I was like, okay, ready? Here's the next one.
I feel like I know this.
I know. What is it?
I'll do this one.
Do it again.
It's not coming to me, but I do feel like I know it.
I got nothing.
M-I-C-K-E-Y.
Oh, yes.
Man.
All right. This one might be a little tougher. Let's try it.
That was a rapid speed.
See, it's hard. Like, it's harder to do a real song.
Oh, that's a real song.
Yeah.
Okay. No.
Do it again. I feel like that end we should know, but I don't know it.
Can you add the words in for us?
Yes. Help us. A hint.
And the haters gonna hate. And the
Got it.
gonna shake it off.
Yes.
Oh,
totally
man.
knew that.
All right, that's it. That's all I got. Clap the song.
Okay, wait. So I have to ask because Christy was clapping like palm to wrist.
Very.
Do you always clap like that instead of hands?
No.
Or like
I think
clap
it's just easier to go fast.
To make it okay.
Yeah, and keep it right where the mic is.
Yeah. Okay. I was just wondering
if that how you practiced it?
This is too hard to do it like this.
Yeah. Is that how you clap like that with your hands exactly together?
No, I think I clap like this. All right.
You do clap.
Something cool happened. Yeah, I clap like that.
Yeah, hand to wrist. That's an interesting way to clap. I do palm to palm, but I do it.
Oh, you do this?
Yeah, it makes a louder clap.
Oh, I don't do that.
This is not loud. This is kind of
awkward.
No,
this is what I do.
Yeah.
Jenna's got her prayer hands.
Could you imagine? No, I do my palms because it's louder.
Yeah, prayer hands is like you do it when you need like a quiet, quick clap. You're like, okay,
yes,
okay, that's good. Oh, yeah, it's funny.
All right, test drive with Jenna.
Oh, are we excited?
Oh,
so excited!
Hold.
Oh, okay.
Welcome. Today's test drive with Jenna takes us to the House of the Mouse. It's my Disney tips and tricks. And the first trick is really good. It's your popcorn bucket, my friends. It is. This one's vintage. It's no joke, 6-7 years old. And it's like $10 to buy it, but $2 to refill it each time. And you have a little lid that can even hook on the side right here. Your lid and just hangs there.
I'm jealous. I'll be right back. I'm getting mine.
They do have like fancy bougie ones, but
really, I forgot I still have popcorn in it.
Oh my gosh. This is going to be the munchiest episode.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's still good.
But so first tip, always get yourself a popcorn bucket. $2 to refill. It keeps the children in the stroller longer if you need them to be. My second tip is at Magic Kingdom, back by Dumbo and like Barnstormer ride, there's a yellow tent and nobody really knows it's there. And it's the perfect quiet place to just go and sit. And if you're nursing, your child's overstimulated, you want to eat lunch, it's a perfect spot to go.
It's nice and shaded.
Yeah, I love that tent, I will say.
Not many people know it's there, so it's a great place to like go. And then my third tip, we all know that when you leave the parks after the fireworks, especially Magic Kingdom, it takes forever to get back to your car. So this isn't, I haven't tested it, but I'm willing to, is you take the resort boat over to the Polynesian. And then there is a path that you can walk from the Polynesian over to the like the security area by the ticketing booths. And you can walk right to your car from there. It took us like probably 30-40 minutes just to get on the ferry boat after fireworks last time. It was forever. Everybody was tired. Everybody was over it. So there's like a connection. So you can take the boat over to the Polynesian and then you can walk to the parking lot at Magic Kingdom. So those are
genius.
my tips. I know. So we'll have to try that out one day.
Next time.
I like that you put your Mickey ears on for this segment. I feel like we should tell everybody that Jenna is currently wearing Mickey Mouse ears. Or should I guess Minnie Mouse ears.
If they weren't watching, they didn't see the big reveal. You didn't wear those to the park?
No, I got a baseball cap that had Mickey on it, and these at Aldi. It was like $10 for both. You can't beat that.
Can we talk about Aldi for a second? Because we got from Soccer Snacks. Okay, we got these animal crackers that were birthday cake flavored animal crackers.
So good.
Okay, have you had them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't try them or anything, but we got them, so the kids tried them, and Livy could not stop talking about how good they were. She was like, "Mommy, these are the best animal crackers I've ever had. I want to eat them forever. Mommy, can you buy me these?" And I didn't know where they were from. I had never seen the package before, so I'm like on the back looking, and I saw like a tiny somewhere it said like Aldi on it. So, and I'm not an Aldi shopper. I don't enjoy like paying a quarter for my shopping cart. I don't enjoy only getting to choose from one can of beans. I'm being honest, Aldi ain't for me. But the way she talked about those animal crackers, I have to go to Aldi to get them. So
I'm going to get them for her so I can stay in her good graces. So we can still be BFFs. I don't want her to not. We go to Aldi all the time.
Jenna's our personal shopper. She buys me things from Costco and Sam's Club when I want them.
Just let me know. I'm around.
She's always there.
I've gone to Aldi twice in my life, and that was...
You live so close to Aldi, too.
Yeah, and it was twice too many. I don't love Aldi. But
they came up with a whole Disney line, and people went nuts.
I saw that, yeah.
Like, we went on the morning it went out, not for that, but we just happened to be there, and people were crazy. Things were gone. I happened to find the last hat, but like the ears at Disney are $30 for like a set of ears, and those were $4.99. I'll pay $4.99.
It is smart of them. It's kind of like when their wine advent calendar comes out. Like everybody is so obsessed with that advent calendar.
Animal crackers are really good, and then they have, instead of goldfish, they have turtles, and I like them better. My nephew was so annoyed that I convinced his mom to get them. He's like, "Those are not like goldfish. They do not taste the same." And I was like, "I think they're great."
I'll get a box of those when I get animal crackers.
So that's the end of my test drive.
That's it. Christy, we're waiting on your Florida moms.
I know. Yes. I'm trying to get to my album here.
Oh, yeah. Sure. I'll take a Sour Patch watermelon break.
Ooh. Those Airhead things are tart.
Okay.
Woo.
This one isn't too crazy, but it's not really crazy. It's more, a mom posted this about play date etiquette. And she wants to know what the etiquette is here, and has this ever happened to you? So I felt like this would be good for us to go through.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. She says, does this ever happen to you? A mom will say that the kid wants a play date, and I say, sure, she can come over to your house. Then the next day, she will try to switch houses and ask if the kid can come over to my house instead, when I've already made plans for my kid to be at her house. If a person initiates a play date request, doesn't that mean they are hosting it?
Usually.
Yeah, I think that was the old bait and switch. I don't think that's right. I feel like if you initiate, then you should be the one hosting it. But I'll also say I don't host other people's children for play dates, so I'm maybe not the best not the best one to ask, because there are very few kids we have over for play dates.
Yeah,
I think it depends on why. Like,
yeah,
why did
the
they
mom said, hey,
switch?
like something came up last minute, can we please, like, I apologize.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
sure.
I think
totally
that's different.
That's different. I feel like if you're posting about it, then it's not that. It's probably like something.
Or maybe this is like a common occurrence. Yeah, several times. I know for me and my neighbor across the street, the one that was in the tent with me, our sons are the same age and they are just best buddies. So on the weekends, we alternate. So I'll take her kid one Saturday, and then the next Saturday, she'll take my kid. And we do a really good job of taking turns. But I think we're just considerate people.
How would you feel if suddenly every weekend she asked you for a play date, but then did the bait and switch and sent him to your house, and it just kept happening over and over again?
I think if it was like twice in a row, then I'd kind of just stop doing play dates.
You hear that, Sydney?
Which would,
don't do it.
Sydney, don't you dare. I don't see that happening, but
no, obviously, Sydney, we know you're better than that. I'm just saying, I think that the problem obviously here is that it's like a recurring event where
it's also like she has other little kids at home, so like she's home and I have my 2.5-year-old, so like I'm home. It's not like I'm dumping my kid over so I could go out and go shopping or something like that.
Right.
I probably wouldn't do that. And just in case of an emergency, if something happened, I'm right across the street. Yeah. Tell us your thoughts on play date etiquette.
Is that all of our segments?
I think that's it.
Because I had something upcoming that I was like, oh, we should have talked about this in advance, because Mother's Day is coming.
Ooh.
Yes. And I was like, oh, I think this episode is going to come out a little after Mother's Day, but still apropos. What's like your Mother's Day MO? Like, what do you do for Mother's Day? Do you ask for something? Do you let them just surprise you? Do you do nothing at all? I just thought that would be fun to talk about since Mother's Day is coming up.
Yeah. Jenna, what are you doing for Mother's Day?
We are going to White Oak Cottage, but we're going on Friday because it's the only thing that worked for me, my sister, and then our mom is here. I don't know,
this is a grown ladies trip. Like, no, your kids don't come.
No, the whole family is going.
Oh, the whole family is going.
Yeah,
all 9 of us.
Whole family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jenna likes to do restaurants with the entire family.
Yeah, because then somebody like there's a bunch of people, we can all take turns walking the 2-year-old outside.
It's true.
Yeah.
And more entertainment.
I don't mind restaurants with kids.
No. And like I have 17 and 15-year-old nephews, so they can entertain. They're they don't really want to talk to me, but
they don't want to talk to you, but they'll listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
Hey there.
You know who you are.
Yeah,
we know you're listening to us.
Yeah, we do.
Just so you can get dirt on your Aunt Jenna and make fun of her. We know what you're up to.
Yep. Name rhymes with
He's going to get a good screenshot of you in those mini ears. I actually, as soon as you put those on, I was like, oh, this is what he came for. This is what he came 100%.
For. He was like, I watched. And I was like, why? No. And then I send links to my husband all the time for ideas in case he just like wants to surprise me with a present. Like,
oh, that's fun year round.
Oh, all the time.
Oh,
anytime I find something I like,
that's fun.
Does he ever just randomly surprise you with a present?
It hasn't happened yet. But I'm
if
trying.
You're listening, Joe. If you're listening.
Like, what do you think about
when this comes out? Wait, your birthday's coming up. Will this podcast be released after her birthday?
Okay, hold on. Let me see. This podcast, I think, is going to be released 2 days before your birthday. So
yeah.
Okay.
You'll have to listen immediately and then Amazon 2 day it.
Yes. He won't. Let's be real. He won't. But I know. Like, I'll even send a link with a coupon code on it. Like, here, like I can hand it to you. He just likes to wait till the day before and then can't get. He's like, well, I really was going to do this, but so
yeah,
I like
not good enough.
I don't know what we'll
not
actually
good enough,
do.
Joe.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I thought about going to Universal on actual Mother's Day. I don't know if it's a busy day.
So, do you plan Mother's
something
Day?
You would enjoy going to
Universal? This is sounding like you plan it.
Yeah, I like to go to Universal with the kid. I don't know. Yeah,
We've got way opposite ideas of what we like to do.
I don't like. I stay with it. Like, I would like to do things by myself, but I know that like with my birthday right behind it, and it's a big birthday. Like
that's
all of
true.
that. Like, there's a lot happening, so we'll probably do something as a family.
I don't plan anything, and I don't know anything, so I always just find out day of. But usually, they make me breakfast or take me out to lunch or something. Usually he'll tell me to take a nap, but also like even when he tells me to take a nap, like it's so hard for me to nap when I just know everybody's doing other things. But it's
I
always
can't picture you napping.
No,
yeah, I'm not a napper. Even when I was sick, I didn't really nap. Like, I laid on the sofa and then I found other things I still needed to do. I just did other things instead, you know.
You love to stay busy. You always are scheming, always planning something.
I do. Yeah.
I
feel like if I take a nap, like I wake up and then I'm just like more tired than if I hadn't napped in the first place. And
yeah,
I'm not a big napper, but anyhow, but when he tells me that on Mother's Day, I just go hang out in my bed for a couple hours. And even if I'm not napping, I pretend like I was napping and I do whatever I feel like doing, you know.
Well,
what about you, Christy?
I last year decided to book myself. Well, I didn't book it. Steve booked it for me, but a night at a local hotel. And so I think I'm going to do it again this year. Basically, book it for the Saturday night before Mother's Day and then get there like in the afternoon. And if the room's not ready, go to the pool or go to the spa and then order room service, bring my Kindle, just relax. And then Sunday morning, breakfast, like room service breakfast, and then head out and then hang out with the family. We'll probably go to dinner or something.
Yeah. Do you are you a big room service?
I do. I mean, we established the amount of Uber Eats I do.
Yeah, but
I like it.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Because for me, I'm not into room service. Like, let's say I was going to a hotel and I was going to be by myself. Like, for breakfast, I wouldn't do room service. I would probably go somewhere for breakfast.
No, I love eating in bed. That's just my favorite thing in life. But Steve does not like when I eat in the bed and always vocalizes that, but I don't care. I always eat in the bed anyway.
But you don't like Play-Doh in the bed, so I think you're kind of even.
Yeah.
No, actually, there was a thing of Play-Doh the other day. I almost sent you a text, but I'm sure you're sick of my Play-Doh in the bed texts. People are probably like, what? Play-Doh in the bed? What weird things are you guys into?
That sounds way dirtier than it actually is.
Steve is a big Play-Doh connoisseur. It's like a stress thing for him. So he always has a thing of Play-Doh in his hand and I don't know, I guess he brings it into the bed. I don't know, but they end up in our bed. Chunks of Play-Doh. Or he'll take a bath and he'll leave them on the side of the bathtub. I'll find chunks.
I love the good squish of Play-Doh. Like,
yeah,
I love playing with Play-Doh, but not to the level where I'm bringing it in the bed with me.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It's weird.
Like, I don't take it out while I'm by myself. Like, if the kids have it out, I will play with it.
If the kids are playing with it, you'll play, but you're not just, no, but I have to order it in bulk for him. He has his own.
Every time I see it on sale, I tell Christy, I'm like, oh, Play-Doh's on sale again.
But I really love the recipe to make your own Play-Doh. So like for his birthday, Father's Day, I'll make a big batch of that. And it's just so much nicer than
so
what
nice.
You find at the store.
I made it for the first time last year. The one where you heat it, because I was always
with the cream of tartar.
But I did that heated one last year, and that is such nice Play-Doh.
It's so nice. We should pop the recipe up for everybody.
Okay, yeah, we should do that.
Yeah.
I'll pop the recipe up. It's so nice.
Back to the room service, I probably won't order it again this year because it wasn't good. I ordered like a dinner and a breakfast there last time, and I much rather would have Uber Eats from like a restaurant near there.
Are you staying at the same hotel this year?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So there's
I think it's my favorite. We've stayed at a lot downtown, and this one's my favorite.
Okay. Yeah. So Uber Eats instead.
Yeah.
Is there still like Taco Bus down there? Do you like Taco Bus?
Probably. I don't know.
Like I ate my weight in Taco Bus when I was pregnant. Oh, that was so good. Taco Bus.
I'll have to look it up. I don't know.
We lived downtown for a little while when I was pregnant at the time. So it was like Taco Bus and Cayenne sausages from the Lightning Arena. I would go to the games literally just to get a Cayenne sausage. So good. And they don't sell them in the stores here. You can only buy Cayenne hot dogs. It was a whole thing. Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
But last year when I was checking out of the hotel, they were having this huge Mother's Day festival in the lobby, and you could make your own bouquet and take it home. It was free.
Oh, that's
so I hope they're doing that again this year. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Nice. Thanks for joining us on another episode of Between Carlines. We hope you got a few good laughs, and we also hope that you will like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Between Carlines is hosted by Miss Christy, Miss Christina, and Miss Jenna. Music by Lindsay Henderson. Edited and produced by Miss Christina. Don't forget to subscribe and check back next week for all new episode. Thanks for listening.